and after only a short moment, Bisu, the wood attribute vanguard of the Star God War Zone, appears before them. Everyone present becomes happy the instant they see him. One member, sensing his aura, looks at Bisu and says in surprise, "Isn't this Bisu's aura? Has he already successfully broken through to the Vajra realm?" Seeing this, the girl also says excitedly, "That's great! The Star God War Zone has finally gained another venerable who has touched the Vajra realm." At the same time, our hero becomes slightly serious after seeing him, thinking that this person's spiritual power is actually quite something. However, before he can think any further, Bisu looks toward Galan and Senior Wu and says with a smile, "Elder Wu, Galan, I've come out of seclusion." As he says this, he suddenly turns serious and looks at our hero as well, asking, "And who is this?" Senior Wu laughs as he looks at Bisu and then introduces our hero, saying, "Let me introduce him. This is Bisu, the wood attribute vanguard of our Star God War Zone. He's our trump card." He had been in closed-door cultivation all this time for the sake of breaking through to the Vajra realm. Then Bisu introduces himself and says, "Hello, I'm Bisu. But let me add something, I'm currently at half-step Vajra, and I haven't truly broken through yet." Hearing this, our hero greets him as well and introduces himself. "Hello, I'm Fang, the sealer, and the team captain of Taishi City." While speaking, our hero looks at Bisu and thinks seriously, "Not bad. This man's spiritual body is transparent and thoroughly nourished, flowing through his entire body. Unlike other vanguards or anomalies whose auras are domineering and oppressive, his instead gives off a refreshing feeling that makes one feel comfortable all over. He indeed already shows signs of the Vajra realm. Compared to my current strength, he seems to be not far behind. It's clear that the Vajra realm is really not that easy to break through." When Bisu hears the words, "the sealer," he becomes a little confused, wondering what the sealer and the Taishi City captain mean. At this moment, Senior Wu speaks up. "This Taishi City captain was invited by Galan. Not only did he save my life, but he also resolved the natural disaster crisis in Taishi City. From now on, he will also be an important strategic partner of our war zone. You brat, you'd better show him some respect." Senior Wu explains the whole incident to Bisu. After hearing it, Bisu turns serious and says, "During my time in seclusion, so many things actually happened." Then Senior Wu continues talking about Bisu. Bisu awakened as a vanguard very early on. His talent and resources are among the best in Xia Nation. His speed in breaking through to the spirit-building realm was almost the same as yours. After that, he stayed in closed-door cultivation in the Tianhai forest and knew very little about what was happening outside. With the revival of spiritual energy and human cultivation, to put it bluntly, humans are walking a path that goes against the heavens, doing things that violate nature. Therefore, when it comes to advancing realms and absorbing attribute-based spiritual energy, humans are the slowest among all blue planet creatures. Initially, humans were temporarily divided into 5 levels based on the mutation and evolution of animals and plants. Up until now, among all humanity, there are only 5 Vajra Realm 3-star vanguards at the very top. Our hero listens to this seriously, while Senior Wu continues, "Of course, it's also possible that there are wild vanguards with aptitude like yours, the sealer, who haven't been discovered by us yet. But such people are truly as rare as phoenix feathers and killing horns, and they can hardly advance any further. As time passes and spiritual energy becomes denser, the difficulty for vanguards to cultivate and break through will decrease. However, the Vajra realm is still an insurmountable chasm. Countless vanguards have fallen one after another trying to break through, and some have even lost their lives during the process. But once someone reaches the Vajra realm, their entire being undergoes a tremendous transformation. It can be said to be a complete rebirth. They become infinitely close to the legendary state of transcendence and ascension spoken of by the ancients. The spiritual energy infusion becomes far more transparent and smooth. Bisu safely reached half-step Vajra, and his attribute power did not go berserk. Instead, it became gentler and more harmonious, benefiting both himself and others. That is already very impressive. I am deeply gratified. As soon as Senior Wu finishes speaking, Bisu laughs and says, I think this sealer is also extremely powerful. Then he looks at our hero with a smile and says, before my breakthrough, I felt the spiritual energy fluctuations you unleashed. Because of that influence, I managed to break through to half-step Vajra. So, I really want to spar with you. How about it? After that, the spiritual energies of the two begin to collide with each other. Upon hearing Bisu's words, our hero becomes serious and thinks, this Bisu is humble in character, yet his battle intent is not lacking at all. In some sense, we're quite similar. One could even say that from him, I can feel the aura of someone of my own kind. Then our hero smiles and says, I have no problem with that. As soon as the two prepare to fight, everyone present quickly moves far away. Senior Wu steps forward as the referee and says, since that's the case, I'll take it upon myself to act as the judge this time. You two may spar, but stop before going too far. As the duel is about to begin, both of them activate their spiritual power. The instant Bisu and our hero activate their spiritual energy, a massive explosion erupts in the area, leaving everyone stunned. Seeing this, the girl from the team immediately exclaims, Bisu has come out of seclusion, and the moment he does, he's fighting the Teishi City captain. Damn, a clash between two monsters. I'm getting excited just watching this. Senior Wu also thinks seriously, one is a suddenly rising new star gifted by heaven in Teishi City, and the other represents the star god Warzone. In this spar, who will gain the upper hand? At this moment, Bisu activates his wood attribute, causing an enormous amount of wood-based spiritual energy to gather in the area. Seeing this, our hero thinks, a wood attribute Vanguard is naturally extremely compatible with plants, able to command them and stimulate their growth. Immediately after, our hero activates his thunder attribute and continues thinking. Bisu's spiritual power has already reached perfection. He has developed his ability even further. He can forcibly create a plant army. Naturally, he can also catch opponents off guard in battle and manipulate any plant to launch a lethal strike. As soon as he finishes this thought, he launches thunder-type attacks toward Bisu. However, several wood roots suddenly come from behind to attack our hero. Seeing this, our hero thinks seriously. This entire Tianhai forest is his home ground. While thinking, he immediately destroys the wood coming toward him with his fire energy, thinking, but these are all top-grade kindling. However, none of the burning plants are completely reduced to ashes. Seeing this, our hero looks at Bisu and asks, are the plants under your control non-flammable? Bisu answers seriously, that's right. Wood attribute is indeed very disadvantaged against fire attribute in battle. But now, my plant army cannot be suppressed by fire attributes. Hearing this, our hero is slightly shocked. At that moment, roots burst out from the ground and wrap around him, forming an encirclement. As he does this, Bisu asks, how is this move? If you were my true enemy, what you'd be facing now wouldn't just be this indestructible cage. Trapped within the roots, our hero places his hand on them and thinks seriously, amazing. Is this the strength of half-step Vajra? Wood attributes spiritual energy to an extreme level of purity, utilizing every plant here to the utmost. Seeing our hero do this, Bisu says seriously, you'd better not touch it for too long. This giant tree itself carries some toxicity. After being used by me, the poison becomes even more refined and concentrated. But our hero laughs as he listens and says, if that's really the case, I'd like to try it once. The moment he finishes speaking, he releases a powerful fire, causing flames to spread across the entire area. The fire is so terrifying that it burns every tree in the region. Bisu is utterly shocked upon seeing this, unable to believe it's possible. At this moment, the entire forest is engulfed in flames, and Bisu thinks in panic. Plants reinforced by my spiritual power shouldn't be burnable by any fire attribute's spiritual energy. What kind of terrifying power is this? At that moment, our hero appears behind him with his sword and says, "You seem distracted." The instant Bisu senses our hero behind him, he quickly dodges the attack and retreats a short distance, thinking nervously, how is this possible? He's clearly only at the spirit-building realm 3-star. But his abilities don't seem inferior to mine at all. Looking at the surroundings, Bisu says, "You calculated that I would re-inject spiritual energy into the Chanhai forest and predicted my retreat route. Did you deliberately burn this forest?" Our hero smiles and replies, "That's right. You're indeed very strong. I could only think more carefully and cut off your escape route. Otherwise, once you prepared and injected more spiritual energy, dealing with you would have become much more troublesome." After hearing this, Bisu becomes extremely furious, gritting his teeth as he thinks, "I've always regarded myself as one of the rare geniuses of the Star God War Zone. The Tianhai Forest, which ordinary vanguards fear, is an unparalleled aid to my cultivation. He's clearly at the same realm as me, yet his mind is so meticulous. Even on my home ground, he doesn't fall behind at all. Now that I've reached half-step Vajra, I cannot lose." Then he lets out a maniacal laugh and says, "Fine then, let's take this step as well." Immediately, he places his hand on the ground and activates the roots, releasing them toward our hero. Seeing the roots rushing at him, our hero becomes slightly serious. At the same time, when Senior Wu and Gallen see this, they rush toward them and shout loudly, "Bisu, have you lost your mind? Creating another wood attribute Chanhai Forest will drain all the spiritual power from your body.